Welcome back to Midday. All right, it's the end of summer. I know we don't want to hear it, but it is, and you got to use up that fresh produce that you have lying around. And to help us do that today is Courtney Wise and her special guest today in the kitchen. Courtney, tell everybody what you're making.
Hey, girlfriend. Yes, this is my special guest, Greg Allman. You know, we follow each other on Twitter, and I think we do. And I think one of the first times that we talked, you were making fried Kool-Aid.
That was one of the experiments I had this summer, yeah. And I've also done like fried green tomatoes, and I do things like that. I like to experiment at home. I like to grill a lot.
Do you talk about it on the radio?
Sometimes.
He's on WGGC actually right now. So thanks for leaving the job and coming over here.
It's a secret.
Yes, I know. Well, I'm really excited to have you on. You're making some fried squash. So just like Haley was talking about, it's a great time to do that with fried green tomatoes if you still have green tomatoes in your garden. Any kind of zucchini and squash, I mean, you could do that. And then you did the pan-fried chicken, so that's awesome.
Yes, I like to pan-fry the chicken. I think it keeps the juice in the chicken a lot better.
Okay.
And I personally don't like a lot of breading.
Yes.
Some people like a thick coating. I don't. If you're making this at home, you can use as much or as little breading as you like. I don't really use an egg or a milk coating either.
I know.
Which is kind of weird for some people.
No, it's not weird, but it's very interesting. We'll use that word. Now, I will say, I'm really glad you're using this.
I like this. I have not used it until you recommended it.
Okay, you can buy these at IGA in Houghton's, and if you'll remember, a few months ago, she was on our show. She's adorable.
It's a real person?
Mama Season, yes.
Is her name Mama?
Well, yeah, that's basically what you call her. I mean, she like introduces herself. She's like, I'm Mama. But anyways, this one is fish, seafood, and vegetables, which is, of course, why you picked it out. But it's also the spicier version. Yes.
Personally, I like spicy things. I've also made us a spicy ranch dressing.
Yes, you did.
Which the spicy stuff's going to help with this baby, where I'm trying to get it out in less than 6 weeks.
That's right.
I'm going to force it out.
Well, we're going to try to keep her in for 4 more weeks, and then after that, she can come early, right?
Yes.
Okay, well, what's the first thing that you do? I'm very interested in your little water concoction you have over here.
It's just water. There's, some people use egg, buttermilk. I don't. I just like water because I don't like a lot of breading.
And that's not really for healthy reasons. You just simply don't like the stuff.
I think that sometimes you can lose the flavor of the chicken or the squash if you use egg and milk and things like that.
Buttermilk and all that good stuff.
Yeah. So I take your word for
I'm
just throwing it in this, just a little bit of oil in a skillet. I'm using olive oil today, kind of an olive oil. Vegetable oil mix concoction. I like olive oil. I like the flavor of it better.
Yeah, I do too. I like olive oil a lot.
So we're just going to put these in there. Probably 3 to 4 minutes each side on like medium heat is all you're going to need. So I'll just put a few of those in there. And then we can go and do some squash too. I've breaded some of that same way. They're not going to take as long. They're probably only going to take about 25 to 30 seconds each side until they're about a golden brown. So.
And you know what? I know this is kind of silly for me to say because it seems pretty obvious, but earlier our oil just wasn't hot enough yet and we weren't getting the squash as crunchy as we probably wanted to. So just make sure that you really have some hot oil, right?
Right, yeah. I'd say maybe get it on high heat and then bring it back down just so you have it hot.
Yeah.
That's what I like to do.
Okay, that's a really good idea.
And like I said, our squash is getting pretty close.
Yeah, I love it. Okay, well, tell me about the fried Kool-Aid, because I think that, listen, the picture of it that you put on Twitter.
Yeah, it was not so good.
It's very strange.
It looked like a heart.
I should put it on the air. It really, yes, like you were eating
like a human heart, which is kind of gross.
Okay, where did you get this? Was it a?
This is the new fair craze all across the country. There, I forget the name of the place, but I think it's in New Jersey. It's like one of those boardwalk type of things.
Yeah.
He'll fry anything, and he tried it out.
Like fried Twinkies, but that's old school.
Exactly.
I mean, this is the new thing.
Oh, right.
Keeping us current.
And it's just Kool-Aid, and well, he won't give out his entire secret recipe, but it was Kool-Aid, a little flour to make it, stick together, give it some texture or some consistency.
Kind of like dough.
Yeah, and then water, and it's essentially like sherbet, and you just throw it in the fryer, and it heats up, and it kind of tastes like the inside of a Pop-Tart when it's hot.
Really?
Yes.
Okay, well, I asked Dan in the morning if you listened to him, and he said it was just strange. It was just a strange texture, and it was a strange fried. Everything about it was strange. I mean, fried Kool-Aid.
He got the first batch that was experimental, and it was also cold the next day.
Well, I'm so glad that you like to experiment with your stuff. I mean, I just think that's cool, So I'm glad to have you on the show. We are going to take a break. When we come back, we are going to try this.
Good.
We have to. We'll be right back. Okay, we're back with Greg Allman from WGGC. Yes. What is going on at the station? You guys are giving away a car.
Yes, a 2011 GMC Terrain.
Okay.
All the details aren't final just yet, but it'll have to do with 7-Up cans. So be looking in stores for those very, very soon. All the details should be available this week at WGGC.com, so keep checking there.
Okay, so you got to buy the 7-Up cans, I'm assuming, and then like see if you're the winner?
Yes,
maybe?
and you'll have a chance to get free ones as well.
Ooh.
So you don't have to necessarily buy them. So there'll be lots of chances to win.
Okay, well, we'll stay tuned for that. Hey, I was just telling Greg what was on the blog this week on IGAmeals.com. Another great way to get rid of your summer produce is an Italian bread salad. Have you ever had Italian bread salad?
I've had Italian bread, like with the balsamic vinegar. And
yes, I think, yes.
I run the Italian restaurant people to death with
yes,
that stuff.
Well, everybody loves that. Everybody loves Italian bread. Okay, what this is cucumbers and tomatoes and onions if you have them, and a little bit of olive oil and balsamic. But then what you do is you use your stale bread, or you just like toast it yourself, just like you said, kind of make your own croutons, and you just toss it all together. So that way you can have fried squash and pan-fried chicken, and then you can make the rest of your vegetables with the, you know what I'm saying. You can make the Italian bread salad with the rest of your vegetables. Okay, let's try this. I can't even lean over. I'm gonna try this really crunchy one. Okay, so you have the spicy ranch. So what you did is just you mixed your favorite hot sauce, well, your hot sauce and ranch, and then you did a less spicy version for me.
Go with the really spicy. I told you, gotta get that baby out.
I know, but I'm afraid it's just not gonna be good. It tastes like a fried green tomato.
It's gonna have a similar consistency because a fried green tomato doesn't have a tomatoey taste so much. It's more of a,
Haley's dying
it's
to
almost
jump
like
over
a
here.
gourd. Come on over.
Is it lunchtime already?
Yes.
Is it lunchtime?
This is
I
like
did
the
not
fifth
know.
one. Girl.
I haven't had one.
I'll pull this over.
That's so good.
This will be my very first one. I'm kidding. I ate like 4 before the
I was
show
just gonna
started.
say, you
He was
came
in here
with
practicing, and I pretty much had to have
Both
it.
of them went with the wimp sauce.
Well, that one's pretty
If by
spicy.
wimp you mean distinguished ladylike sauce, then yes.
We don't want to be like, well, you know. This is spicy too, so it has a really good flavor. You don't really need to do this spicy unless you like spicy.
I like
what's on
spicy
there?
stuff, yeah.
And I normally do. It's just
And like I say, it's just a really light coating. And, you can still taste the squash. It's not a lot of batter, just enough to give it some texture.
yes, I love it. Okay, this recipe, both of these recipes, along with the pan-fried chicken and squash, IGAmeals.com, and then guess what I made today? Remember when Deborah Cheney was on and she made a chocolate pie? Do y'all remember that? Anyone?
I don't think I was here.
I know chocolate
Oh
pie.
my goodness.
I know Deborah Cheney, and I like chocolate pie. So.
Deborah Cheney and her own recipe for chocolate pie. I made it, and it's really good, and I would say it's pretty darn perfect. So that's going to be on the blog later today. But if you're interested in that Italian bread salad, check it out for right now.
Definitely. So I'm thinking that you're going to have to come back on and cook with me.
Okay.
And if you feel like making this exact same dish,
The exact same
I mean,
thing.
that's fine. And if
more.
Courtney's still pregnant, then we'll have even more hot sauce. That'll be the only
I'm
option.
going to be pregnant forever, okay?
That'll be the only option. Yeah,
for
so
letting
this is so good.
Yeah, no, thank you so much. You were great.
Glad to be here.
Perfect.
Awesome. All righty, we'll be right back in a second. This plate will be clean before the commercial break's even over because we're going to kill it. When we come back, we're going to tell you about the Independence Bank Dog Show that's coming up. We'll see you back here in a second.